2024 has been a record year for the Jews, a new golden age. Demand for my book, The Amen Effect, has been so high that I was invited to write a new book, a sequel of sorts, something maybe a little more honest and responsive to the times we're living in. So here it is, the sequel to The Amen Effect, The Haman Effect. Like the original, the story of my new book begins thousands of years ago when hundreds of thousands of people would go up on pilgrimage to Jerusalem, the holiest place and the holiest city. They would enter the temple courtyard and they would circumnavigate en masse, moving together as one. But then there were the people who would come up there and they would walk in the opposite direction, the brokenhearted. And folks would stop and they would look into the eyes of the bereaved, the bereft, and the ill. And they would simply ask, what's wrong with you? Get out of my way. What we learn in the Haman Effect is that our deepest calling as human beings is really to harden our hearts, to roll our eyes, to grab our bagels and scoot out of Kiddush before anyone tries to talk to us. Yeah, I get that you're hurting, but if I don't look at you, then it's not my problem. Am I right? Now, this kind of callousness really requires practice. And that's why in the back of the book, I include practical ways to be less caring. Like, number one, don't show up. Unless you're hungry, because you know there's always free food at Shiva. Rule number two, lone wolf it. Who needs friends? Admit it. You're lonely because you are unlovable. Rule number three, keep the danger in stranger. Let's practice assuming the worst in everyone. We stay away from vans and candy for a reason. My friends, we're all torn up. And with the Haman Effect, we are going to make sure we never mend. So hold a grudge, mansplain, don't vote, who cares anyway? Judge your neighbor, spend more time dropping cowardly anonymous bombs on social media, and whatever you do, don't talk to anyone who doesn't see the world exactly as you do. Because when a room full of people say, hey man, together, there's a kind of biochemical response that sounds a lot like booing. I'd like to close with Haman's favorite Jewish prayer, the Mourner's Kaddish, and then guilt you into buying more books to honor the memory of my beloved father. What, too soon for you? Hey, I'm the mourner. And by the way, did you know my dad? Seriously, what would he want more? So let us say, Amen.